too from out here, but the road that we got to the highway went right across straight out from the east side of the trees there. Not the way the road comes now, but that was right in the middle of the field. And so one year in 1938, we went to a place with a family, and they were driving a Ford, and the grain was right up to the windows, just like it is there today. But it was a crop that wouldn't resist rust, and it rusted, and they never harvested it either. So, and that was the beginning of the crops after the drought. 38 was the first year that we had rain here, that there was any grain at all. It grew for about, let's see, I think 34, 35, 36, and 37 was all dry years. All the area in this part of North Dakota. There was an area northeast of all that, you know, anything you go a little further north, they seem to have a little more benefit of moisture than we did in Williams County here, especially in this part of it.
How did you get by with no crop, Willie?
I don't know. It seemed like we lived.
With the rabbits, there are a lot of rabbits.
We got by. See, in the spring of the year, the water used to come running down through these fields. You can see where the water runs. Just up in the at the very last as it comes through. I don't know if now, of course, they've got this water spreading deal that's back in, what year was that, Roger? 66?
I think it was the early 60s.
Yeah. The first year it washed out.
Yeah, and they redid it, yeah.
But we saved some of it, so we got a little benefit of it. Then after that, it's been good. They filled up with water in the spring. And of course, not every year, though. There's some springs that you don't get water anymore.
This was the first year for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
We haven't had much snow until this year.
Yeah. Now you got a lot of water.
But they were asking how you got by, and they said your dad went to the Red River Valley one summer and crashed, and
that's a story
you had a milk cow, and that's what bought your groceries?
There's one other part of that story that I want to tell you about. Julia and I, we had a horse and that stuff. Anyway, we were playing cops and robbers, I guess it was. No, Indians, that's what. Cowboy. I was, let's see, 37. I was 6. I was 6 and he was 9, I suppose. And we seen this guy coming across carrying a gun.
Yeah.
I don't think I could tell.
No. And he was carrying a gun, and Julian saw this, and he got Willie to come with him, and they went up in the pasture and caught the horse. Her name was Feeny.
Yep.
And they got on the horse together, and they didn't have a bridle or anything. They neck reined her, and they went over to Brannan's. Is it about?
I didn't go along. Julian rode the horse. Yes.
And then they asked Joe Brannan to come over, that somebody was in the house.
The man with the gun.
Brannan drove his car over here and came to the house and was excited, you know. And Herma went out, and I wasn't home that time, and she said, he said, is everything all right, I guess, and Herma said, what's the matter? Well, the boys said there's somebody here with a gun, and here it was our good friend Mickey Seabrook.
Well, they said, Herma said that, and Mickey said, we've seen Willie peeking around the barn with his white head. And Joe Brannan, and they come over. Julian was with him. He left the horse there, and they came over. And Joe says, "I don't know what I was going to do, but this gun wouldn't even shoot, but I brought it along." So we had a lot of things that were different.
Yeah, that was a good story. Well, one time, Sunday afternoons were kind of dead. We used to go to baseball games, but then we finally didn't have any money to buy gas for the car, so we stayed home. And Herma and I would try to get into some games with the boys, and we weren't that good at it. We were maybe, I don't know what we were doing in the house, and here somebody comes out of the barn riding, and it was Dad. He had gotten some horsehair and made a mustache for himself and had a cowboy hat on.
Well, there was a lot of things you could do if you didn't have anything else to do. Not everybody
didn't have any money. Had to make it.
Have time for homemade fun or anything.
I went to St. Olaf and I learned to stand on my head.
I bet they'd like to know that story.
Do it.
Stand on their head.
She was good at standing on her head.
Can you
as
still
I
do
got
it?
older. Yeah, that was her trick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even as